Hello guys, and welcome back to the final part of the zombie storyline for Black Ops. Yes, this will be the last zombie storyline for a long time until we get into Black Ops 2, so I'm going to go through all of the Call of Duty Black Ops campaign achievements and all the Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies achievements before we go back into the storyline continuing on with Black Ops 2. But anyway, now that that's out of the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope that you guys do enjoy this video. But today we're going to go ahead and jump into Moon. Now, this is the map right after Shangri-La that was uploaded earlier this morning. And so now we're just going to talk about this place. So here we have the loading screen. You can see it's kind of like a newspaper, and there's a lot of advertisements. You can see like a bunch of stuff, like you see the symbol monkeys, you see a control panel, you see the idol from Shangri-La, the MPD, or the Goldenrod, and you see Speed Cola. There's some tapes, some Gamma goggles, and the Thunder Gun. Nothing too important. You see Pack-a-Punch, you know. So it's just basically like a newspaper, guys. And I would like to point out that there's been a lot of commotion lately about some of the loading screens getting changed from Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Not quite sure what that's about. I guess we will find out in the near future, because supposedly 2017 is supposed to be a big year for the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 community in zombies. We have no idea what they're doing as the year is basically just started. So I guess we will find out throughout the course of the year. But without further ado, let's head farther into this map, guys. Alright, guys, so we're back at it again talking about the zombies storyline. Now, as I've said many times, Doris is very important in this zombie storyline because, as I said in Shangri-La, and as I said that I would say in this map, I'm going to say, backtrack to Doris. So yeah, guys, basically what happens is there's a radio on Doris where you get to hear some very interesting things, and it takes us to this map, and then back to the last map that we talked about earlier this morning. So today we are going to be talking about this map, and basically what happens, guys, is Richtofen is playing around with his machine, the teleporter, that Dr. Maxis doesn't think is going to be useful, and he ends up accidentally teleporting himself to the moon. Now, what happens is he discovers that there's a crater in the moon, because this is where he is teleported, and he ends up touching the Agartha Vril device, which is the pyramid on the moon, and he gets these voices in his head, and he begins going crazy, guys. Now, what happens is he teleports to Shangri-La, and he does everything that we talked about earlier, and then he goes back to Doris. He teleports in some random jungle, and the audio cuts out, and somehow he finds his way back to Doris. He grabs Dr. Schuster, which is like his right-hand man, his assistant, and he goes, "We have work to do." And what he does is he calibrates the teleporter so that every time it will take him to the moon, or whenever he wants to go there. So what he begins doing is he begins Griffin Station, which is the station where you play on the moon. It is his laboratory where he brings scientists from Group 935 and makes them dedicate their lives to his work instead of Dr. Maxis's. Now, what ends up happening is one day, Dr. Maxis and Dr. Richtofen get into some fights. Samantha comes into the room with her dog, and everything goes awry. What ends up happening is Fluffy goes into the teleporter, comes out a Hellhound, and while the dog is still in the teleporter, Samantha runs to it because she is scared and doesn't know what to do, and Maxis runs to go get Samantha to try and keep her away from the dog. While they are both in the teleporter, Richtofen shuts the teleporter door and teleports them away. Now, this makes multiple Fluffies so that they can go everywhere, anytime, and Maxis goes off somewhere, which we won't find out until Black Ops 2, and Samantha comes here to the moon. So everybody gets split up, and what ends up happening is Samantha ends up touching the pyramid just like Richtofen did, only something a little bit different happens. What ends up happening is Samantha assumes control of the zombies. Now, basically, she takes the 115 that is in the pyramid being run by this Vril generator, and she takes control of it, and every zombie has 115 in it. And so she is able to communicate what she wants these zombies to do, and they do it. And so she gets stuck in the pyramid, and that is what happens. She is stuck. She's between Agartha and the real world, or in this case, the real moon, and the zombies are under her control. Now, in the map, what ends up happening is through the Easter egg, you work to free Samantha so that the zombies are no longer under her control, and so that the zombies are now free to be controlled by whoever is controlling them, and we will talk about that when we get to Black Ops 2. So what happens, guys, is basically Dr. Schuster, in the middle of all of this, is working on certain devices that will help, like the MPD, which is a type of device that he has created here on the moon. It is just one of the many things that has been worked on here, along with anti-gravity and regular gravity devices that can turn on and off. They have entire laboratories where they can suck oxygen out of it, and it's really high-tech, guys. They have a bunch of different computer systems where they're keeping certain information, and just a lot of things are happening in the map, guys. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then at the end of the Easter egg, after you have finally freed Samantha from the pyramid, you continue on to try and eradicate the zombies. And we will talk about what happens in Black Ops 2 as far as the after effects. But what ends up happening, guys, is this ledge that I just looked over right there. You see it says jet engine testing. Yeah, what ends up happening, guys, is at the end of the Easter egg, you end up sending 3 rockets to Earth and trying to blow it up so that all of the zombies are eradicated. Any sort of life on Earth is eradicated, and you try to start new. Now, what ends up happening is that the amount of force used to blow up the Earth is greatly underestimated, and actually ends up blowing up the Earth into tiny little pieces instead of just kind of clearing the surface. So what ends up happening is the entire world becomes kind of fractured and broken, and there's lava in the streets from the core of the Earth. And there's just so much that goes on, and it's just literally broken. And the area where you spawn on Moon is actually on Earth. It's Area 51. And what ends up happening is when you blow up the Earth, you can actually see that you are far away from Earth at that point, guys. When you teleport back there and you think you're on Earth, if you look in the sky, you will actually see that the Earth is way off in the distance, and it's not pretty, guys. You basically decimate the entire planet, but zombies being fucking zombies live, and that is where we go in Black Ops 2. So, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I am really enjoying making this series. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am, and I will see you guys in the next one. Next, we are going to be working on some achievements. Like I said, I'm not going to be going back to the storyline until I'm done with all the achievements for Black Ops, and then we will continue. But, so yeah, just keep an eye out for that, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.